Responder. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
Monday night. Another Monday. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, and JJ. No, not JJ. Freaking RJ.
I am really
James?
feeling a way about this hate, Denny.
I mean, I came in with a good attitude. I was ready to talk about about sports and MJ Doc and all these other things. Looking for JJ. My brother Miles is in studio and he's like, "Where is JJ?" I'm like, "Oh, JJ's coming. JJ's coming. Don't worry. He'll be here. He'll be here. He's going to be on time. We don't believe in Tom Coughlin in the sports den. No, we were against Tom. No. And then I see, then Artie's like, "No, it's just me." I'm like, "Oh God."
It wasn't God. It was much more verbal, and it was mean.
Like, I knew it was coming when I got the screen. It was JJ put the screenshot and put it on the Twitter of me and you. And we do that's an awful picture.
We were joking around with our
They weren't supposed to use that. They were supposed to use. There was a plethora of other ones they could have used.
It was a nice photo.
They were a terrible photo. It doesn't embody what our show's about. It makes our show look fun.
I don't even want to call attention to it. We're talking about it.
But when I seen that, I'm like, you know what? This is bad. It's got to be some kind of backhanded compliment.
Should we, because Rick needs RJ to do something, should we just see how long we can keep RJ here?
That's a good point. You know, I don't want to piss Rick off.
You know that Joker just dipped out on us and came back?
Rick. That's so sad.
Man.
Double dipping, man. Double dipping.
Man.
I'm not double dipping. It's called helping.
Man. Anyway, it's the Sports Den. Brought to you by thehumidor.com. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com. 20% off when you type in Sports Den, all lowercase, all one word,
on thehumidor.com, and we will get you all set up with the finest cigars around, man. Huge selection, already low prices, and then you get 20% off additionally when you type in the Sports Den. Make sure you get over there. So the whole sports world, I think, like I heard you and Rick talking about crosstalk, it's getting interesting now, I think. We're starting to see movement a little bit. I heard you talking about Florida State and all that kind of stuff. I talked to a couple SEC coaches this weekend who were crystal clear in this. Nobody's going back until everybody's going back in the SEC.
So Arkansas basically set the precedent.
What Arkansas said is what I was told by everybody, that the SEC still has for football this June 1st hope, but everybody kind of knows that's not going to happen. And I think everybody's planning for just as soon as they can get back after the 4th of July. Because isn't that when summer B starts as well?
Yeah, well, they said July. They said July, mid-July.
Yeah. So I think Arkansas kind of spoke up, but that was because my question was, are some teams looking to come back in June, some in July? And I was told no, that it's going to be everybody comes back at the same time in the SEC. Type of deal. And I understand that. I get that. Like, I mean, competitive balance, that whole thing. Now, at some point, if there's somebody holding out, then they're just going to be left out. But I think the united stance right now is the right way to go. And I think NCAA as a whole, for now, until you get to mid-June, you probably need to approach it that way. You know what I mean? Until it becomes an issue.
Right.
Like, Rutgers probably isn't going to report in June. I wouldn't think. Although that's Shiano now.
I mean, Shiano's going to win, dude.
Shiano may
like they've made a commitment to winning.
He's recruiting well.
I mean, these guys, like I think what we're going to see is a move to where what it needs to be, what the NCAA needs to be. It's the haves and the have-nots. Those who take sports seriously and those who have sports as a true extracurricular. And nobody's giving up their competitive advantage because somebody chooses to look out for the best interest of their students, the student athletes. When does that ever come in between somebody making a buck?
Well, I've got so many questions on this that I feel like maybe I'm just in the dark on, because I think You ever have questions that you think are common sense, but there's a reason why
Mm-hmm.
nobody's asking? Let me give you an example. So we hear that there's going to be no overseas games in the NFL, that the Jags will have all 8 games. We're going to get to that in just a minute. We're hearing that college football looks like it's going to go off on Labor Day weekend like planned.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I keep thinking in my head, and tell me am I missing something, let's say you go through the first couple weeks of September and everything's good. Your team's doing well. You start out 3-0, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden somebody comes down with the COVID.
You got that. That's my fear.
What happens then? Does the whole team have to quarantine for 14 days? And then what happens? Do you forfeit those games because it's not the other team? Are they going to come to a screeching
halt? You said the
halt?
whole team, or
well,
just
I mean, the way that we looked at it with basketball and everything else was when one person got it, everybody had to quarantine for 14 days.
I think. Well, here's what's going to happen. Like from what I was told by some sources, and I'm going to say it. The one school is the University of Florida, and I'm sure every other school is going to do that. You have to test if you even want to register for classes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like if you want to work, you got to test. And some people were like, "Well, that's against their amendment." No, it's not. You don't have to go to that school. They don't have to.
But when you say test,
like you have to take the COVID test,
right?
So
How
at the
often?
beginning. So, well, I mean, that part I don't know, but I do know the University of Florida has an incredible 3D printer that they can make the swabs. They have a great medical school that has the kits. They have the ability to be able to make it more accessible than what a lot of other people do. Well, but the first things first is making sure your people don't have it, and then you try to control all the people that are around them to the best of your ability.
Well,
And
I'm
that's really what
sure
it comes down to.
From a football perspective, or even any sports, any fall sports, we talk about football because that's the main one we're going to talk about. But those other fall sports, I'm sure at the level of Florida State, all bump that, every level, they're going to be taking daily temperatures. They're going to be doing all that kind of stuff to make sure. But if we are to believe that some 80% of these cases are asymptomatic or whatever percentage they're giving us, then I don't understand. Here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want to get all like fired up about this. And then I'm buying, making travel arrangements to go see all of our guys play on Saturdays. And week 4, it comes to a screeching halt. I just want to know what the plan is. Cause like the Dolphins playing today. Did you see that?
No.
So what the Dolphins have said is they've laid out their plan is yes, we play in, what is it? Hard Rock.
Right.
But right now it looks like we may only get 15,000 people in there. And those 15,000 people are coming in through different gates at different times. So, I hear the Jags with the season ticket push, and they're making it easy to buy season tickets, especially with the 2 additional games. But how do you even know if you're going to be able to get everybody in there? If the Dolphins are coming in saying we have a 65,000 seat stadium that we're going to be able to put maybe 15,000 in and keep the social distancing, like, how do you plan for that? And I do like, James, that we're starting to hear people's plans. Like that's a sign in the right direction, right?
Yeah. Well, we got a plan. We have a guy who's had a plan before. I mean, it's not.
I don't think FAU has to worry about social distancing in there.
It's something where it's probably going to on the college side. I hate to say it, and I don't really care I haven't paid my first payment of my for my tickets yet.
I think everybody's putting that off.
There's some people who trust me. They've been running that credit card for a lot of my friends. Yeah,
because none of the Jags have said they're extending till like mid-June.
Yeah, they said they'll extend for you to be able to make your first down payment. Yeah, renew. So sometime this month I'll go ahead and make it happen if I know more about the season situation. But I'm not just giving them no bread and asking them. I still haven't got my spring game money back yet. So I believe that they're all banking on something happening, and I do think that for college it's going to be the boosters, for the season ticket holders, that are going to get first come first serve because we probably don't even have 75% of the stadium. We can't because a lot of it's students.
Can I stereotype for a second?
Sure.
Is that all right? Yeah. We're allowed to do that on the show, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not stereotyping.
When you say boosters, I think old
white people. No, I mean, yes, that's exactly.
Are they the ones that need to be there?
Facts. Facts, but those are the ones who are saying open it up. It's the people who look like they're that look like they may collapse that are the ones out here marching, and they don't care. So I mean,
should we just open it up to college students?
I think college students are going like that's part of your experience. And the seats that they're getting aren't the most optimal anyway. But I think for everybody else, I mean, right now, Governor DeSantis said we can do sporting venues with up at 50% capacity, which to me makes absolutely no sense. If I'm a venue, why the hell would I want to be 50% capacity? I ain't making no bread that way. But I think if you're doing now and we have no outbreaks, you can see 75, 80% easy. And that's doable for most campuses. For them to be able to, I mean, Miami.
Well, I mean,
that'd be good if Miami has consistent 80%
I was going to say,
Hard Rock.
If we're being real, probably 3/4 of the college football world, that's what they get every Saturday.
Right.
60, 70%.
What I'm concerned about and curious about is how they're going to handle the parking situation. I'm good where I'm at in lot 19, and I don't change, even though I got offered some that are closer to the stadium by a couple great booster clubs. But lot 19, we're at the top, and nobody's there. So, and I like it. That's why, because you can have a block party feel and you can actually practice we practiced the social distancing before it became popular. But but everything else where they're jamming cars into parking lots, I'm curious to know what the parking situation and tailgate situations.
I think that's probably, I'm going to go on a limb and say that's probably part of the reason why, like the Dolphins, and I have to pull it up, there's different arrival times based on what gate you go in.
Okay.
It's like they've thought this thing through. And as I was reading it, I'm like, okay, if they're that deep into it, everybody's that deep into it, I would think. I don't think the Jags are sitting there just going, oh, let's not have a plan. I have no idea. Maybe they are. But, I mean, my bigger takeaway from all this is it looks like we're going to have football come September.
Yes.
And on some level, not to get to the business aspect of things too much, my bigger concern was because everybody's talking about TV ratings. Well, people have to understand TV ratings only make the conferences and schools money is if there's people spending money on advertising. If the economy moves somewhere to where those people can spend money advertising, then yeah, TV ratings will be huge. And the chunks that the haves, not the have-nots that you're talking about, but the haves are going to get from playing games will sustain the athletic programs. But if the economy's at a halt, then nobody's spending money on advertising. It don't matter how many hundreds of millions of people watch something.
Well, the advertising part, it's the new advertisements. It's like the advertisement that you talking about, like stadium advertisement.
No, I'm talking about TV.
TV. TV is not that's ESPN's problem. That's not college. That's not the ACC conference, the SEC, or the people that they make these arrangements with. It's their job to sell that. And as clear as we can see, they're still getting people giving them commercials right now. And to them, if ESPN, we sign a contract, we're going to hold you to that as best and as reasonable as possible. Now there are contracts that in stadium things like and then was it not booth box rentals and things of that nature that probably will be
that's
affected
going to hurt
because like you got to get the check from me. Like
I mean the people who are going to suffer the most are the businesses just outside the stadium.
Right.
That's who this really stinks for. There's people paying. You go down to Gainesville, and there's people paying big rental numbers to be at that space. And now all of a sudden, you take these 7-8 dates where there's 90,000 people, 100,000 people tailgating. You take that away, and yeah, I mean they're greatly affected. The workers at the games, all that kind of stuff. We've talked about them, but I think the bigger picture is it looks like we're probably going to have sports on some level, or college football, NFL football on some level. Come fall. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how good of a product it's going to be. In fact, why don't we get to that? Why don't we talk about that? About what is the NFL going to look like? What is college football going to look like? We've got Dr. Swanson coming on next segment, and then we'll get into, are these games going to be sloppy? Is it going to be what we're used to? What is it going to look like? We'll get into all that coming up next.
Because life without sports is missing The Jaguars and the Gators and the Knowles and the Dogs and thank goodness there's sports and 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. If something's wrong, get over there. If your knee hurts, your shoulder hurts, your arm hurts, your back hurts, anything like that. If you need physical therapy, they do it all right there at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Locations all over town. There's going to be one near you, the best of the best doctors. Even if you have something emergency or urgent, they have 2 locations that can see you right away. Get to se-ortho.com. Tell them the Sports Den sent you. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Hicken here, letting you know that in these uncertain times, one thing you cannot be uncertain about is your car. Whether in an emergency or having to go grocery shopping, your car is more important than you know. So go to the local guys you can trust. American Transmission. For more than 30 years, they're master certified technicians, having taken care of your car's needs from bumper to bumper. American Transmission is open now to serve you with 2 locations, Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard. Call them now at 396-3766, 396-3766.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick, or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
J-Dog is now extending their friends and family discount to everyone in Jax. Through May 15th, you'll get 20% off junk hauls. 20% off at J-Dog Junk Removal. Offer may not apply to minimum orders. Call for qualification details.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gator!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Hey guys, Hicken here. My friends at Bueller Air Conditioning are continually taking heightened precautions for you and their staff as they enter your home. The heat is here, and Bueller Air wants you to have the peace of mind that they're safely serving you. They communicate to each homeowner as they engage in best practices like sanitizing, staying 6 feet away, while always using gloves and foot covers. A local business providing an essential service so you can still stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the dealership hassles. If you need honest, professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
To help stop the spread of COVID-19, keep the economy going, and help those in need, Zero Res is offering 25% off all services. That's cleaning carpet, area rugs, tile and grout, upholstery, everything. 25% off everything. We also ask that you submit someone that you know that is in need. Zero Res will clean the carpets in the home of one family in need each day, absolutely free. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
Every Monday, Dr. Swanson joins us from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Dr. Swanson, how you doing, my man?
Good, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's good.
What's the word on elective surgeries?
So the governor changed the executive order, and elective surgeries were allowed to resume starting today.
Oh, really?
Yep. So it was supposed to be, originally it was supposed to be next Monday, but last Thursday or Friday, he moved it up a week.
Nice. Well, that's good news. That's really good news. How do you see this whole thing playing out? We were just talking about, and I know this isn't your specialty, but you are a doctor. You did go to school for it. So we were talking about, let's assume that football season resumes and don't even look at it from the fans' perspective, just from the team's perspective. And let's say week 3, all of a sudden a player pops up and he tests positive for COVID. Well, 2 months ago, we saw the NBA shut down because one player tests positive and everybody has to go in quarantine for 14 days. Do we know more now, or is there an easier way to test everybody else, or does that same thing end up having to happen?
I think that they're still going to need a huge number of tests before any of the professional leagues can get back to playing. They're going to have to have access to a substantial number of tests that are going to need to get used, potentially even on a weekly basis to prevent an entire team from becoming infected with the virus. So I think that is going to be one of the things that holds up the return of sports, is the access to that many tests. The NBA was saying that to finish this season, where there's only 17 games in the playoffs, they estimated they would need 15,000 tests or something.
Oh, wow.
So I guess what I don't understand about all this, though, how far have we come in the last 2 months with this? From knowing what this thing is to learning kind of how to live with it, all that kind of stuff. Because I am stuck, Doc, on James and I walking in here on Wednesday night and hearing Rudy Gobert tested positive and the world turning around in that hour, 2 hours that we were in here. I mean, is it not seen in the same light now? Because in my mind, how many college football teams are there? A couple hundred?
100.
Yeah, 120, something like that.
Well, I guess when you start going
Division I.
Yeah, you start going all across the board. There's going to be a team that has a person that has coronavirus in the fall.
For sure. There's already, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Does that team end up having to forfeit 2 weeks worth of games while everybody quarantines? Is I guess what I'm asking.
I think it's just going to be no different than flu, people play with flu, but they're just going to take it to where that player has to be out. That player has to sit.
I just think I think no one still has quite figured out exactly how that plays out yet. I think part of I think that people have some fatigue from this, from being quarantined for the past couple months. And so people are getting,
what has anything changed at Southeast Ortho in the last couple of weeks? Are you guys still, as this thing has evolved, has y'all's plan evolved, or is it still the same as what it was a month and a half ago as far as patients coming in?
the clinic plan hasn't really changed at all. We're continuing with the same precautions that we talked about over the last couple of weeks. The big thing just trying to limit the amount of people that are in the waiting room at any time. Allowing people to wait in their cars and then sending them a text message or call so that they can come in, immediately get seen in the room, and doing more telemedicine, video conferences. That option's available to people, which is, again, just trying to decrease the amount of people who are congregated in one place at one time. Before this, our waiting rooms could be really busy, and so spacing that out has been one of the bigger challenges, but one of the things that we've continued to focus on. And I think that's part of what really can slow this down as much as possible is that social distancing piece, which is, somewhat awkward and uncomfortable. And, but that is, what prevents this from spreading
forever
quickly. And then but that's why things like sports, where you start talking about 150, 200 people, when you talk about trainers and coaches and equipment guys and managers, on a football team, there may be a few hundred people who are kind of intimately in one place at one time, whether it's the locker room, a plane. I think that's where there still is some uncertainty when you kind of extrapolate this forward to what's going to happen to fall sports.
Gotcha. I got two main things, James, and if you've got something, jump in with this. We've got Dr. Chris Swanson on from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. If you need to if you're like specifically knee or shoulder, Dr. Swanson's your guy, but they work on all kinds of things at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Get to se-ortho.com for all the information there, or to even request an appointment. My two things, one, on a personal level, Doc, you work a lot with high schools. And so are you, as a doctor, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're a doctor, you've got a young kid at home, you've got a family. Are you comfortable enough to go into the sports world in your current position and be that close to people?
Yes, because, again, taking the appropriate cautions and appropriate precautions, which it may mean people still wearing masks and things like that in the fall, and using gloves more readily. But yes, I think, from a medical standpoint, we kind of are out there on the front line to some extent every day. We've seen patients every day, every week through this whole process. We've just been had a little bit more heightened awareness about trying to be extra cautious. Not that we weren't always cautious, but even, a little bit more above and beyond from that standpoint. But, to me, from a sports medicine standpoint, a sideline, is not that different than being at work in the clinic or being in the hospital in the operating room. So I'm comfortable with it.
And then the second thing, I think, James, we're going to see the next jockeying position here. Once, like Arkansas did today, once we start to hear times of, hey, this is when we're going to get guys on campus, we're going to get back to the conversation that me and you and Dr. Swanson's been having for a month. Of the jockeying position is going to be coaches and trainers talking about how much time is needed to get these guys back in shape. We're already seeing it.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. We're seeing people say 4 weeks. We're seeing people say 6 weeks. I think Will Muschamp said 2 months. Will Muschamp's got a tough schedule. He may just not want to play the schedule.
I think that's where that comes. He's okay with getting his contract extended another year.
Yeah, exactly. So from your perspective, not a performance perspective, but from an injury perspective, what's the right answer there?
I think it 6 weeks to me kind of seems like a number that seems reasonable. I think what's hard with this is every guy from every program's probably been doing something a little bit different at home. Have they been working out as hard as normal? Probably not, because a lot of guys don't have access to gyms, and so you got whatever you have in the basement or the garage. So I think, to me, 6 weeks seems like something where, in a controlled setting, regimented nutrition, you could kind of ramp things up, and in 6 weeks you might be getting pretty close. I think anything less than that seems like you'd really be pushing it.
I guess my bigger question would be, obviously, pros in college, there's a lot more control. There's a lot of things that you can do. What do they do on the prep level? Yeah. What do they do on the Pop Warner level? What do they do? And not just football, but there's obviously there's more people, and then there are more variables that you don't have any control over. But there's also less money, so that there's less people.
Right.
Like, I have a perfect example. I have a friend who I'm doing it. Hopefully, still going to do a camp with my North Miami PAL, and they're impoverished area, and he's got people who are just terrified to go out because they don't know. They're trying to find plans. What do you think will happen
down there?
Yeah, what do you think will happen for those people, especially those of us who are in what's considered hotbeds?
What do I think will happen with sort of the youth sports?
Yeah, like how do they
even high school? Yeah,
mainly I guess youth sports are, but high school sports
High
definitely.
school.
Like how will they be prepared? Like how does a Trinity Christian,
somebody who can't afford test after test after test?
Like how do you make that an even playing field?
Yeah, no, I think again I think that's going to be one of the tricky things in Florida. High school football games in Florida typically start in mid-August, or some of even the preseason games are the first or second week of August. I mean, you want to talk about around the corner? The NFL's talking about September 6th or 7th or 10th or something. You're moving that timetable up by 6 weeks. And you're right. I mean, so you're talking about public schools versus private schools. IMG is going to have a lot more access to resources than Trinity Christian, and then a public school and outside of Miami. The access that they would have to things like testing is going to make it tricky. I think that's why when you start at the professional level, right, there's the maximum amount of control and money at the professional level, which makes, to some extent at least, it makes professional sports the easiest thing to start to bring back. Then it starts to become more complicated at the college level because all these schools are in different states. Different states have been affected differently. To think that Rutgers in North Jersey and Florida State can be on the same timetable is somewhat silly. Given the amount of lives that have been affected in the Northeast, and yet those are both Division I college football teams, Big Ten and ACC. But I think that it gets even more complicated at the college level, and then high school, same thing. The resources aren't going to be there for every school to have access to all that.
And I feel bad for the high schools because really, I mean, if you think about, especially in this area, these football programs are funding the majority of programs. And now all of a sudden, that option that you have in college where you have endowment funds, and that option that you have in the NFL where you have billionaire owners, you don't have that option in high school. If all of a sudden you're not allowed to play with, the normal 1,500 people in the stands, 2,000 people in the stands, whatever they get, that is a big loss for high school programs financially.
For sure. But high schools, I mean, before they figure out how they're going to play football, have to figure out how are they going to get 1,000 kids back into school and in the cafeteria.
Well, I'll tell you this. Now, my wife is a teacher, you know that, and so
Yep.
a lot of the stuff that I've seen circulating, not specific to Duval County. In fact, I don't think any of it is Duval County, but just nationally, some of the ways, some of the creativeness that people are coming up with on how to get kids in and out, social distance, and all that kind of stuff. It's actually really cool. It's a combination of learning at home. It's a combination of different blocks of kids coming in. It's a combination of reducing class sizes. I mean, it's a whole bunch of different things. But again, as I'm reading that, my first thought is you can't do that in high school athletics, and you don't have these massive stadiums where you can say, hey, there needs to be 3 seats apart. You can't do what the Dolphins are doing.
Yeah.
It just can't happen. It's gonna be a trying year for high school athletics. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I guess in that situation, safety has to come first.
Right, and I think when we started talking about all this back in March, June seemed like, oh yeah, we think we'll definitely have some sports back in June. But as time's gone on, I think I think fall sports as we know them, I don't think it's going to happen as we know it historically. Like it's going to be different.
But would you
At
agree
every
that there's a
level.
much
High
better
school-
outlook now than 3 weeks ago on fall sports?
Yeah, I think it's continued to improve, and I mean the NFL said they're coming out with their schedule to start on time, but it also seems like one day it's like things are going to be a go and everything's going to start on time, and then the next day you're like, well, but that can't work with different states and this and that, and it seems like one day's optimistic, the next day's pessimistic, and because at the end of the day, I think at every level people are running through a million different scenarios with still so much uncertainty about about how many things have to come together in order for this to happen safely.
Hey, one last thing before we let you run, Doc. So a lot of people have been out jogging. A lot of people have been out walking. A lot of people out exercising right now. Give us an injury or two that if you've just started like getting back into shape over this time and it's not soreness, it's a certain area of your body that maybe you feel something that you need to get checked out. You haven't felt it in a long time. You don't need to wait. You don't need to ignore it. Give us a couple signs that you probably need to go see Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Yeah, I mean, especially you're exactly right. A lot of people out there running, biking, and I think because people have been home, people are doing it more than they've ever done it before. There's a lot of people with more free time on their hands right now to do some of those things. You know, one of the common things we see is people as they get back into those running type of activities, they get anterior knee pain in the front part of their knee, sometimes some clicking and popping, which can lead to some swelling. And if that's not going away with a day or two of rest and some ice and some over-the-counter Advil, Aleve, ibuprofen, then that's something you want to come in and get checked out before you allow it to get worse. But that's one of those things where if you haven't been running for a while, actually, Denny, you know all about this. If you haven't been running for a while, you know, it can happen if you start to transition back into it too quickly.
Well, when that does happen, if it does happen, hopefully it doesn't, but when it does, get to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. If it's a knee or a shoulder, make sure you ask for Dr. Swanson. And when you ask for him, make sure you tell him SportsDen sent you. Or you can call him at 904-634-0640. Are you guys still doing the urgent ortho stuff?
Yep, still doing the urgent ortho care. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Southside location off Gate Parkway in Fleming Island. You can just come in. If you have any of those nagging knee, shoulder, or any other body part, musculoskeletal problem that pops up, you can just walk in. You don't need an appointment. It can get evaluated by one of our surgeons same day, and then we can get you started on what you need in order to continue to stay active in this beautiful weather that we've had while we've all been stuck at home.
Best thing to do is get to se-ortho.com. Have they started allowing guests at the golf course yet?
No.
Okay, well, let me know when they do.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, Dr. Swanson. That's Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. We'll talk to you next week, my man.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right. Good stuff from Dr. Swanson. I want to get into there's power rankings from the ESPN on the NFL side. We've got a lot of Jags to talk about with the 2 additional games coming to Jacksonville that we thought we lost, that we just wasted a lot of time, James, talking about.
I told you it was take care of itself.
It did take care of itself. We'll get to that coming up next.
1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
You'll do anything you can to ruin my day, won't you?
Mornings
I got up today feeling so good.
on 1010XL.
We're doing so well.
Hey, Mike Dempsey here, and I've seen almost every local business adapt in some way to better serve the community in today's new environment. Hello Windows and Doors, no exception. They know that windows and doors are still a part of the safety and security of your home, so they're offering virtual consultations to help get your project done. It's simple. Just schedule a video chat online at PellaJax.com, then talk to a Pella expert about design ideas and get a free quote. Visit PellaJax.com for more details and schedule your virtual consultation. Hello Windows and Doors.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying. I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Emergencies happen when you least expect them. Prosser here for your 24/7 Fenwick Plumbing team. They're an essential business. That means they're open. fully staffed and ready to fix your emergencies, whether they're leaks, drips, or more, without any emergency fees, by the way. Plus, Fenwick goes above and beyond on every call with frequent hand washing, disinfectant, shoe covers, drop cloths. You can take $50 off any repair right now when you call 660-0556 or visit FenwickPlumbing.com. That's FenwickPlumbing.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 4th, 2002, Barry Bonds hits his 400th home run as a member of the San Francisco Giants, becoming the first player to hit 400 homers for one team and 100 with another.
Future Home Loans is here for you. We realize you are untouched by the current pandemic. As we all deal with the new normal, we are particularly concerned for those who may have questions about their mortgage or forbearance. We welcome your questions and concerns.
We're veteran-owned, firmly rooted in the community as your neighbor. In the near future, you will see unprecedented low mortgage rates, as there has never been a better time to get your plan together with Future Home Loans. So visit us at future.loans. That's future.loans. Your future is bright.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and zero hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today. 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your Small Haul Dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
You can't control the health of your environment around you, but you can control the health of your own home or business with Martin Environmental. We are licensed in mold detection and removal to help your family and business stay healthy. Give us a call at 737-1034 and let our experts come to your home or business and test for mold and indoor air quality. Call Martin Environmental today at 737-1034. That's 737-1034. Martin Environmental.
Ordering online's never been easier with the Woody's Barbecue Loyalty app. Hi, Flying Jacko here. Go online to woodys.com today. Download the app and order online. Then pay online and earn awards points every time you use it. For 40 years, Woody's Barbecue's been slow cooking your ribs and chicken for fall-off-the-bone tenderness. We'll see you at Woody's today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den on a Monday night. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, and RJ back in the house. Always good to have RJ.
Yes, it is. That wasn't for you, RJ. I'm just saying, I just made a really bad decision.
Okay.
Don't try to chew crackers right before you come on air, and in particular, peanut butter crackers. It's just not the wisest decision. I also want to say shout out to the 5 people watching us right now on YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
We got a couple, I think, on the Twitter. We got 6 on.
We're everywhere. We're global now.
6 on the Twitter, and everybody else is on Facebook. So
we're global. You can catch us everywhere.
We're on something called Twitch. I don't know what Twitch is, but we on it.
Are we?
Yeah.
You guys got a following on Twitch now?
Huge, man. We're huge on Twitch.
What
are you talking about, RJ?
Worldwide.
We got more than anybody else on the station.
How do we?
That is a fact.
How do we No, I've heard the poker show talk about Twitch.
Okay, they may be on. My bad. They don't. I'm talking about that.
Like an everyday show.
For the station.
How do we go live on TikTok? Because I'm kind of a big deal on TikTok, James.
They don't. I don't know. It doesn't have a streaming thing for the TikTok.
Oh, we need to figure that out. Snap. We need to figure. Snapchat is something you can do live like that.
Mm-hmm. You can do IG live.
We need to figure that. I would ask for interns, but that has not worked out well for us.
Not at all.
So we're not going to go down that road. By the way, folks, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, you need to get over there tomorrow because tomorrow is not just Cinco de Mayo; it's also Taco Tuesday.
Isn't that what LeBron tried to trademark? Can we say that?
What he tried to trademark Taco Tuesday?
Yeah.
Communist. I'm just kidding. I like LeBron. I like LeBron. We got on to the Jags for trying to trademark Duval.
Yeah, but that was stupid.
and somebody tried
like we actually know. No, that's fair. That's stupid too. But we like actually can almost pinpoint who made Duval. Like that was just wrong.
That's true. That's true.
I actually met the guy who led the lawsuit that told them if you try it if you want to. The lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say his name, but he's good people.
Yeah, he is good people. Yeah, so make sure you get to ABC. Well, I guess that's just straight tequila tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah. I got 3 types.
3 types?
Yeah. Well, 3 brands. Actually, 6 types of tequila. And since we don't have a show, but I do have podcasts, but they're not mine. So they're not my podcast. So I can say whatever I want.
Be drunk as you want to be on a podcast.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Guys, pay attention. Me and T-Wig. I'm gonna tell him he needs to get his own tequila for Cinco de Mayo. And we're gonna talk about some Jack stuff. You busy? You wanna hop on?
Give me enough tequila and I'll fire away.
Well, I mean, you probably teaching people how to throw the football.
What time y'all doing it?
That's a great question.
Let me know.
All right, I'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know. So get over to ABC, Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday. Make sure you've got toilet paper too. Just people still out of that apparently.
Yes.
JJ was asking me about it the other day if I'd seen any.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he went to a couple places, couldn't find any. I'm like, yep, dude, if you need them,
I just had a shipment dropped off at the crib. I could toss him a couple.
That's what I told him.
Feed him a couple sures.
I mean, if RJ asked us, I don't know how that would go. But JJ will.
RJ wouldn't even give me his last what is that? The little disinfectant wipe.
What are you talking about? See, there you go lying.
Because it was a little girlfriend.
His girlfriend was completely disinfected. We're over here catching cooties.
You're not catching no cooties. I gave you my last one. What are you talking about?
Little senorita. little taquito. I mean taquita, excuse me. If you have a taquito, no judgment in this day.
I do not.
But taquita,
so don't go there.
I'm assuming it's a taquita.
So Jag fans, you get your wish. All 8 games here in Jacksonville. Who the hell knows if we're going to be able to go watch them? But all 8 are here. None are in London. We spent a lot of time on this back in January when the announcement was made that an extra game was going to London. I mean, I saw on Twitter today a bunch of people saying, go buy tickets. Now's our time to show Shad that we're viable and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to pick sides on this. I've been consistent on this. You don't have to have big screens. You don't have to have pools. You don't have to have models and bikinis in the pools. You don't have to have big seats. You don't have to have any of that from me. You just got to win football games. I don't like to spend my money and bring my son, who's still young and still learning this game of life. I don't like to spend my money and bring my son to watch somebody lose.
I mean, it actually was having this conversation on the thing that me and T-Wig did. I don't want my son believing that this is behavior that's to be condoned.
And that's not a joke.
Yeah, I mean,
that's real.
Because what happens is where you spend your money is typically where your heart lies.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's just your kids' entertainment, but that's a considerable amount of money that you have to spend to go to a Jags game. And if I got to buy a ticket, I want to buy a ticket where I see they're at least striving for perfection.
17 was fun. We both took our boys to
we went
multiple
before,
games.
but the first one was before we actually knew
we
had something.
Gave him a chance. Yep. But then as the season went on, like it was a priority, and we've talked about this a lot. Like my son really enjoys going, and for that reason, we're going to go as much as we can. But the older he gets, the more he is getting to be, man, Dad, I don't really want to go because they're not any good.
I think I want to try it again because I think my son just liked the advanced disposal box.
Well,
more than he liked the game.
That makes sense.
And I'm not mad at it. The air conditioning that is the way to watch a football game.
Mm-hmm.
Food, the cookies,
the air conditioning.
It was sweet on the owner's wife. She spoiled him. I mean, that boy. I'll tell you what, man. That boy right there.
He's an intelligent kid.
He got the girls, man. He knows his way. He knows how to get to the women.
So, what would be a successful season to you guys? I know we're not gonna
playoffs.
I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs.
You're asking the wrong guy. For me, a successful season would be 2-14 and Trevor Lawrence coming to town.
So you're expecting them not to be all that great this season?
No, you're asking me what my level of success is.
Right.
I don't understand the point in going 7-9, 8-8, or even 10-6 if you're not going to win the whole thing when you can go get a generational quarterback that's going to put you in position to be a playoff team for the next 12 years. Like if you as a business can make an investment that is going to make you superior for 10 to 12 years and it's going to cause you sacrifice in the short term, then you're going to do that as a business owner. And that's a successful season for me, for the Jags.
So basically you're saying that you don't care what Gardner Minshew does. He's basically just a filler this year almost.
Well, we already know that.
Well, let's say,
I mean, is it a certain?
fault.
I mean, because this is what I'm saying. We got a couple of offensive weapons to at least see what he can do. And if he's not.
We did?
Well, I'll say you picked up a wide receiver who is nice in some regards to a lot of people. I feel that we still need to work on the offensive line.
Are you talking about Laviska?
Yeah.
The Black Russian?
Yeah. Laviska, and then you got Dede. I think you got a couple wide receivers for.
Look, you're making this about Gardner. And Jacksonville fans, listen to me when I say this. This isn't about Gardner. This is about Trevor.
It's not, but I'm just saying.
Gardner can be great. He can go be great somewhere else.
I got what you're saying. For 2020 to be successful to you, we need to be competing for the top two spots, which lands us option A, Trevor Lawrence, option B, Justin Fields.
Correct.
I agree with that. For me, consistently, for it to be a successful season, it means one thing: playoffs or bust.
Oh, wow.
Now I get it. I get what you're saying. That take a step back so that you can take multiple steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do that, then I'm calling out everybody on that roster, including the coaching staff, including everybody else, because you have a loser's mindset, and that can't be fixed.
Well, you already know that.
Yeah, I got that part. But what I'm saying is I want them to pretend. I want them to try to be professional. Fake it. Now, if you go out there and you give your best and you just suck, then sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. That happens. If there's a lot of injuries, hey, I get that. I just won't go to the games and I'll just talk bad about you on the hopefully the Mr. Chubby's Sunday night reaction show that we had. Or talk bad about you on First Coast News. But I want a winner. I want to win. I want to know that when I go to this game, it's not a 80-20% chance that we're going to lose. I want to know that it's at least a 60-40 chance we're going to win this game.
I reserve the right to change my mind when the season comes. If they come out the blocks and they're 2-1, then maybe I do change. I just don't see any way possible they're a competitive football team right now. Not in the long term. That doesn't mean they can't beat anybody on any given Sunday. That's the NFL, especially now that Belichick and Brady are apart.
Now, what I will say, though, the problem with this team, and I do believe that trying to get Trevor or Fields is a better option than what you currently have long term. I don't understand the moves off field. Like, some moves make me seem like they really are going to tank. But then I like the Chris Thompson signing, even though it's a one-year deal and he's often injured, but he can't give you a change of pace.
But don't you understand that move, though, when they didn't pick up Fournette's fifth-year option?
Yeah, but really it's the looking at they're in it for Devonta Freeman, too. Like, are you going to cut Fournette right now? Or are you going to bring in – again, if you're going to bring in a back, I can see Devonta Freeman because you can sign him to a 3-year deal.
Right.
So now Fournette's not here. You still have a guy who's going to be here for the next.
You're hearing that? That they're in for.
That was all the rage over the
really?
Is that they were interested, and it may not happen, but that would make more sense to Chris Thompson, who you brought in on a 1-year deal.
Right.
Right now, your whole backfield, you're going to have a completely new backfield next year.
I think that's a matter of they have 2 first-round picks next year.
Right.
And I think it's a matter of bringing in guys on a trial basis of we want to see where we're going to be this time next year. I don't believe for a second, I don't care what Douglas Marrone tells me or what David Caldwell tells me. When they walked into Shad Khan's office and he let them keep their job this year, he told them you've got a couple of years because he knew the draft pick scenario. And I don't believe for 1 second that they expect to be a 9-7 football team this year, that they even expect to be a 6-10 football team. I think they know the deal. We have 2 first-round draft picks. The Rams may not be very good. We don't know. They could be middle of the pack. But you know what? the way it ended last year, they may have a top 10 pick next year in them. So now all of a sudden, can you go Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne?
Ooh.
Or whatever. Whatever you want to package. I don't know. Etienne's the only running back that comes to mind like that. And I know everybody says, well, you can take running backs anytime. You can, but for the most part, McCaffrey and Zeke and Saquon and all of them have shown you that early pick at running back usually works. They're usually a pretty damn good player.
Even Fournette, most of us really just don't like it. Not most of us. I don't have a problem with him. Most people really just don't like what they think his attitude is. He's had one really bad year.
Take the attitude out. Fournette was the perfect running back for what they wanted to do with that defense.
Right.
Once that was gone, it's not a great fit. Fournette needs to be in Chicago.
He's not a great fit for a quarterback that doesn't know what he's doing. Basically a quarterback that doesn't know what he's doing.
Or an offense that's really trying to manufacture offense. Before it was get 2 scores ahead, run the football, get sacks, get interceptions, and keep it moving. And by before, I mean that 1 year.
The best of time.
Now it's like they need somebody that can manufacture some stuff. That's why I wouldn't be mad at Freeman. Not mad at Thompson. I wouldn't be mad at somebody like Etienne or something like that. But no, I think the absolute worst case scenario is to go out and win 5, 6, 7 games. Now all of a sudden you're pick 6, pick 5, pick 6, pick 7. And what does that get you? And by the way, I don't care what mock drafts you guys are looking at. I've seen some that has Trevor going 3rd, and they have like an offensive lineman going 1. No way in hell. No,
what if Arizona sucks again?
They'll trade the pick.
Okay.
There's absolutely no way. I will take 2 months off of radio, maybe even quit the gig if he doesn't go first. I'll say I don't even know what I'm talking about. There's no way he doesn't go number 1 overall, assuming he's not injured.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just relax on that, because there's the one thing that's nobody thought that Joe Burrow was going number 1 in the beginning of the season.
No, but we knew who wasn't. Who everybody thought was.
Tua?
Well, I forgot about Tua, but Fromm.
Well, we knew Fromm was going.
This guy's Andrew Luck, and we all knew Andrew Luck was going number 1. Like, as long as he stays healthy, that will be the number 1 pick of next year's draft. And if somebody takes an offensive lineman over it, they're idiots, because they're going to have plenty of opportunities to trade up. I think we all kind of get the feeling, though, that as the Patriots start off slow, they're going to find a way to end up with Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Do you think Belichick's a guy that would actually tank, though, to try to get Trevor Lawrence?
No. I think he's a guy that will sell his whole draft for Trevor Lawrence, because he doesn't value draft picks, especially top ones.
I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick is a winner. Through and through.
But again, define that is
every time that he's had, again, this is when we had this argument on Twitter. It is not that he's a quarterback guru. It's that he is a guy who just figures out a way to win. Every time that Tom Brady has gone down or something has happened, he's had a chance to tank, and he refuses. He won 10 games when he lost Tom Brady for an entire season. That would have been a perfect opportunity to tank. Even if you knew Brady was coming back and you knew he was coming healthy, this is a great chance for you to either get more draft capital or for you to be able to get a piece like a wide receiver.
Was that the year
they
won a ton and didn't make the playoffs too?
Yeah, because Miami did very well. It was like this, the AFC.
That stinks.
I think that's one of Rex Ryan's Jets years where he went to the conference. It's just everybody was good. Like, to go 10-6 and not go, like, somebody was like, they didn't make the playoffs. I'm like, come on, dude. What year? It's very few years 10-6 doesn't get you at least a wild card. But
I'm just saying that stinks.
Yeah, and then like when he lost him to Deflategate, I mean, he's developed. He got Brissett. He got this. I mean, I personally believe he wants to prove that Jarrett Stidham's somebody, just because he can. I think this is the reason why I don't believe he'll tank, because this is the year where where both of them can prove that without each other, we're equally as great. And if they both make it to the playoffs, neither one has to win a Super Bowl to prove their point. But if they can both make it to the playoffs, their point is proven.
Yeah, I hear you. If he makes Stidham, you really think he's not going to bring in a veteran?
Man, I hope it brings him better.
Man,
Brissett's probably gonna. He knows somebody in his system is probably gonna get cut. More than likely, Brissett. He can bring him back.
760 on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. My bad. 885 says Trey Lance from North Dakota State. Lawrence is better, but Lance and Fields aren't that far behind. Whoa. Lance is nice. He is nice. I'll give you that credit. He's miles behind Trevor Lawrence. Miles. Like, not, no, 885. But Trey Lance is a name that everybody needs to, and he's the real deal. It's not like some of these other small school guys that we hear. North Dakota State, number one, is a very good program.
Very good.
They develop quarterbacks, and he will be more than likely a top 20 pick next year in the draft. But no, Trevor's next level. 760 says, supposing the Jags go 8-8, do you think they would use the Rams 2021 first round pick to move up to get Trevor? Think it depends on how that 8-8 goes. Are they 8-8 because Gardner balled out? Or are they 8-8 because like the defense stepped up? I think that would depend. If it were me, then yeah. If it took me to both first rounders to move up to get Trevor, then I would do it. I also think it depends on who has the number one overall pick. 923 let us know they were 11-5 with Matt Castle, the Patriots.
And they still miss. Wow.
Yeah.
It's even sadder.
The Don Shula news today, man. I was watching, I was at the facility and I had the TV on and I was listening to ESPN, and Don Shula's probably like before our time, like his heyday.
Way before my time. That was actually.
But did you see the stats from that guy today?
2 losing seasons.
Did you see his record with backup quarterbacks?
No.
That's what made me think of this. I'll have to look it up, but it was something like he won like 75% of the games he had to play with backup quarterbacks, and he had to play a lot over his time.
Wow.
They were stacking stats up. He went to the Super Bowl in 3 decades, bro. The 60s, 70s, and 80s, or 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. But I'm sitting there looking at that today, listening to this.
70s, 80s, 90s.
That's crazy.
Because they were. When did Jimmy went to the Cowboys in '89? Jimmy Johnson?
Something like that. I don't think it was the 90s, though, because Marino's career ended here in 90. Well, no, that would have been later. That was 99. You may be right. I'm looking it up now.
He had Shula the first year, right?
But that was the 80s, though.
Yeah, it was the 80s. I just remember Jimmy. They were talking about Jimmy Johnson because again, conversation I had with my brother Miles. We were talking about. He asked me about Shula. I'm like, dude, I'm not that old. Like, Shula was well before me, but I guess they were bringing up that Jimmy Johnson, talking about Jimmy Johnson replacing him, and how that was disrespectful toward it, the latter part of his career.
That Jimmy Johnson replaced him. So he coached at Miami from 1970 to 1995. Oh, and he was with the Dolphins. I'm sorry. He was with the Dolphins long before that, too. He was with the Dolphins from, well, that's what it says, 70. Yeah, from, 1970. Yeah, 1997, 1970, 1995.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. They were just throwing out stats today on SportsCenter or whatever it was that I was listening to. And it's like, man, this guy was Belichick for Belichick. It didn't matter what you did. He just won football games.
Mm-hmm.
I also had no idea he was 90 years old. I didn't realize that. Have you ever eaten at Shula's?
Yes.
Steakhouse? Amazing.
I mean, it's good.
The one down in South Florida?
Oh, like the original.
Yeah.
Oh, not the.
No, not.
They used to have one here.
No, not that. No. The original one down in South Florida is amazing. You got anything for 8 o'clock?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. 8 o'clock coming up next.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Crowd getting involved.
Stay close to the Jaguars.
Fires into the end zone.
On the home of the Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
1010XL.
It's times like these that remind us all of how precious life is and how our love and relationships are what really matter. At Diamonds Direct, we believe this. Your love and well-being are truly our passion. That's why we've decided to temporarily close our showrooms, a decision rooted in caution and compassion. But rest assured, we are still here for you. Diamonds Direct's experts are behind the scenes helping customers 24/7. giving you access via text, live chat, email, or our special customer hotline that you can call anytime. Remote shopping options and expert guidance are always available, and our commitment to serve you is stronger than ever. Please visit diamondsdirect.com for more information or to start a remote shopping appointment. At Diamonds Direct, we're honored to be the symbol of your commitment to each other. And while we wait during this uncertain time, we encourage you to be safe, cautious, and courageous as we look forward to better days ahead. It's still your love, our passion, and nothing can change that. Not now, not ever.
Learn the secrets to bring your A game on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Yeah, well, you really crushed that ball off the tee, I'll tell you what.
Learn the latest on new equipment from all the major manufacturers on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
The Edge Group wants to buy your house right now. If you need to sell your house, get an all-cash offer and close in as little as 10 days. Don't waste another day letting your house sit on the market. Beat the rush, get your home sold, and get it sold for the most money. Put cash in your pocket right now. Whether it's old, new, in need of repairs, the Edge Group will buy your home, and it won't charge you a penny in commission. So don't wait. Right now is the best time to sell and protect your equity and future. Call the Edge Group right now and get an all-cash offer at 474-5851. No one helps more homeowners get more money than the Edge Group. So call them now at 474-5851. There is no obligation, no risk. Call the Edge Group today to see what your home is worth and get an all-cash offer today from the Edge Group at 474-5851. The Edge Group at Keller Williams Realty.
Hicken here, letting you know that in these uncertain times, one thing you cannot be uncertain about is your car. Whether in an emergency or having to go grocery shopping, your car is more important than you know. So go to the local guys you can trust. American Transmission. For more than 30 years, they're master certified technicians, having taken care of your car's needs from bumper to bumper. American Transmission is open now to serve you with 2 locations, Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard. Call them now at 396-3766, 396-3766.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick, or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
J-Dog is now extending their friends and family discount to everyone in Jax. Through May 15th, you'll get 20% off junk hauls. 20% off at J-Dog Junk Removal. Offer may not apply to minimum orders. Call for qualification details.
Hey guys, Hicken here. My friends at Bueller Air Conditioning are continually taking heightened precautions for you and their staff as they enter your home. The heat is here, and Bueller Air wants you to have the peace of mind that they're safely serving you. They communicate to each homeowner as they engage in best practices like sanitizing, staying 6 feet away, while always using gloves and foot covers. A local business providing an essential service so you can still stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment. 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Instant Keys delivers honest, professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. That's 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you by Loose Air Quality. L-U-C-E, airquality.com. Environmental testing for your home or your business. That's residential or commercial. They've got you covered. You can be a property manager with a ton of properties. They can handle your business, or you can just be a homeowner. They can handle your business. That's Loose Air Quality, locally owned, locally operated, right here out of the Mandarin area. In fact, 904-803-1014. That's 904-803-1014. If you feel like you have mold issues, don't let that stuff just sit there. Get it taken care of. Find out where it's at. Find out how bad it is. Or find out if you even have it. That's what Loose Air Quality is here to do. Get to their website to learn all about them. LooseAirQuality.com, L-U-C-E, airquality.com. Should we check with RJ to see if he has a hate o'clock first?
Sure, why not? We don't get him that
RJ
often.
seems too happy.
Happy?
I don't think RJ ever has hate o'clocks. You look like you just wake up smiling every day, RJ. That's a compliment.
Yeah, but you're wrong, but I appreciate the compliment.
Do you have a hate o'clock?
I do not.
So I'm not wrong.
So he's of no use to it.
That is the second time since I've been like a fill-in producer that you've been like he's been of no use. The last time you looked me dead in the eyes and said, "What's your worth?"
What's your hate o'clock other than RJ?
Oh no, RJ pales in comparison to what my 8 o'clock is. People talk about government overreach and things like this, but we have things that are happening in our everyday life that we just sit back and we take, and I just don't think I can take it anymore.
Oh, that sounds serious.
I have sat back and held my tongue numerous times on a lot of things that happen. First and foremost, let me step back. I love my neighborhood.
Oh, is it the cop again?
No, it's not the cop. But the cop we got a new cop. New cop, cool.
Okay.
He's never pulled me over. But new cop is not like the other guy. The other guy, he went to the police academy to write tickets. That's what he lives for. New cop looks like, listen, man, I don't want to be here anymore than you want me to pull you over. Just slow down so I don't have to get out of my air-conditioned car. And I'm not mad at him for that. Like, as long as you're not going like 50, 60, he's not going to mess with you. But again, the reason why cop got there is because the people in the front feel like they run the neighborhood or whatever. Or basically, we didn't have a vote. People who's supposed to represent us decided that some of us who are in a rush to get places need to pay a lot more money than the people who are slowpokes. Whatever. That has a little bit of safety involved in it.
Okay.
So I'm not overly upset with that. When I got hit with the fines for the bounce house and the water thing, I'm not really upset. I was upset about that. Still am. Not really overly mad about that. But right now, I got an elderly lady that lives with me.
Okay.
And I just got
a relative.
You
sound like it's just some random elderly lady.
Yeah, just random. We found her. We were rolling around. Said, "Hey, can you cook? Can you cook for me?
We feed her.
You cook. We let you live. It works out.
Trade off.
But we got her a nice bed, a medical bed, like something so that people could get in. So we had to put her bed outside. So it's right there out in my driveway. We're gonna get rid of it. Not bothering anybody.
Like on the curb.
Right now, it's like right in front of my garage. Like we got somebody coming to get it.
Okay.
We could put it on the curb, but I don't know when it's gonna. Then it's gonna be another issue. You got sprinklers on, whatever. Bottom line is, we're in a pandemic. At the end of the day, that mattress and frame ain't giving anybody the corona or bothering anybody. It's on my property. It does not extend to anybody else's property. So mine. Grandma likes her plants. So in the front, you've seen the front of my crib.
Yep.
There are plants, and they're stacked on all kinds of different things.
There's even cacti.
Yeah, little cluttered, more than my liking. But if you don't live there, the hell does it matter? It's plants. There is a Razor scooter that a kid uses every day, and there's a metal chair, and there's my lounge chair that I smoke my cigars on. So there's that.
Whoa. Where are we going? When you say lounge chair,
like that brown chair that's like right in the front of my door.
Oh, so it's not like an indoor chair.
No, it's an outdoor chair. It's outdoor furniture.
I'm clarifying for people. So I don't want them to think you've got like a lazy boy sitting out on your front lawn.
It's not like So, go get get some mail today. Get some saying that there's a hazard or something like that. HOA, there's a fine, like boom, 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 right here. $1,000.
What?
1000 for the mattress. $400 for the plants and the razor that a kid who lives in the house has to use, that uses every day. And then another $400 for more. So what happens is this. The people for the who run the HOA, the person who sends this email, who's going to get a Karen type email from me.
Mm-hmm.
The blessing of having a name like James Anthony Coleman II is that it disarms you. You don't know what the hell that person looks like behind that name. So I'm going to make sure that happens. But that lady who sent me that fine letter, it's not her fault. Like she's doing what she was asked to do. So everybody in my neighborhood knows Charlie, knows our dog, friendly as hell. That means somebody in the vicinity of my neighborhood said what I do on the front of my porch is a hazard to us bringing down the home, basically bringing down the property value. In a pandemic, in a buyer's market, when I got news for you, ain't nobody going, like, the home value is the home value. Ain't stopped nobody from buying stuff. Yard is nice. There's homes that are foreclosed, that are being run down.
I feel like I have one major question though.
What's it?
How long has the mattress been out there?
The mattress has been out there for, like, I think, a week.
Okay.
It ain't been, now the plants and all that other stuff. That's been there forever.
Right. I feel like the mattress.
Like, the thing is, like, the mattress, I'll get rid of that.
But if you'd have told me like it'd been out there for 2 months, I'd be like, yeah, you kind of had that coming. But a week is acceptable.
I got that. Like, so, but like, if the big thing too is, like, if you really don't like the plants, like, come. Now, granted, you actually know what? Don't knock on the door because you'll probably get cussed out. But, like, if we're just out and you see us hanging out, you see me smoking on my porch.
How's that conversation going to go? Play that one out for me.
No, it's
somebody's going to walk up to you and go, what?
It's all about how you do it.
Okay.
It's all about how you do it.
So somebody walks up and nicely says,
"Hey, James, did you know that covenants such and such of the bylaw states that you can only have 5 plants?" No, I didn't know that. I think it's a stupid law, but if that's what we've all agreed upon when we pay our money, cool. But, like,
that
don't
is not how that conversation would go.
Probably not.
You dang well know that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Probably not. But you know what? It's not, because you know what the point is? I pay a good amount of money to live in the place that I live in. It's not a huge home. It's not a mansion. It's not an estate. It's comfortable. I like where it's at. It's safe. The point is that if I want to, I should be able, if I want to have a mini farm in that little area in front of my house, I should be able to grow whatever the hell it is I want to grow that does not disturb you and your home. It's like castle doctrine. Matter of fact, if you stepped on my property and you spoke a little bit of rough, I have the right to shoot you if you're threatening me. So if I can shoot you if you come on my property, you shouldn't be able to tell me that I can't grow no damn vegetables or some cactus. Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's
the part
that's overreach. Creepy. That's overreach.
Somebody had to walk up. Like, I've been to your house. You can't see from the road all that stuff, can you?
No.
Like, somebody had to walk up and take inventory of what was on your front porch.
They were an investigative reporter.
Too close. Like, I can see if it was spilling out. Like, if it's the what was that movie, Feed Me Seymour, like the little shop of horrors or whatever. If I got not a praying mantis or whatever, if I got a Venus flytrap, if I got a Venus flytrap, it is threatening to eat your dog. Okay, James, can you please control your Venus flytrap? Not a problem. But it's some cactus that ain't got nothing to do with you.
So are you telling me you got to pay $1,800 now?
I ain't got to pay nothing. Come pull it out of my hand. What you gonna do? You gonna evict me out of that? You gonna boot me? Like, who gonna pay the mortgage? What if nobody gets it? See, that's the thing. HOAs have the ability to keep finding. If I can't pay it, I can't pay it. I'm not gonna pay it. We got people
that's
not
what they
working.
Sent you is $1,800 a fine. That's insane.
Like, to me, it's like even thinking about, like,
I
right
wish
now,
I'd have been there when you opened the mail.
Like, right now, like, just think about this. Right, people not working. People having to get a check from the government. A check from the government for $1,200.
This family just got 4 racks.
People having to get and don't get me started about that part right there. But anyways, the point is that you have the nerve in this climate,
Dude,
to,
I don't
to
care
even
what time
to even type that.
If I got that on a normal Monday in April or May, and there wasn't a pandemic, listen. If you didn't call that number on that letter and lose your mind, I've lost respect for you.
I got it right before it was. Ain't nobody working out the 5. Hell, the
Let's
person
call
probably
them now.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. It was an email address though. I think the ladies, the person's smart. It was an email address that you got to respond. But that's my hate o'clock. Is like, dude, how bad must your life be that you got to focus on what's going on over here when it ain't even bothering you? Like, we ain't got nothing to do with you.
I do feel bad for the lady who had to send you that. Like, I see where you're going. Like, it's not her fault.
She's just doing a job.
But what a miserable job to have, right? Because you know that 90% of the calls she gets are people like you that's mad about something like this.
Right.
She's just trying to put food on her table.
She just, like, I don't know how much she makes. Don't care how much she makes. But her
About
job
to get a
is
raise, 1,800.
it's the bylaws or whatever that people voted for that I wasn't a part of said that you could only have 3 plants. But my thing is that we talk about like communicate. As long as you approach in a right manner, I'm a very friendly person. I'm not finna bite you.
Bro, if somebody would have walked up to you and been like, look, I don't care how nice they were. Listen, sir, we're going to need you to take some of these plants and a couple of these chairs and that mattress out your yard.
My thing is this, though. Like, what if they'd have said, hey, man, dude, it's like, don't even put it, even if you're the person.
Uh-huh.
Because there's people in our neighborhood who listen to the show. So listen, if it's you
Mm-hmm.
that I'm talking that snitched,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you how to do it, right? Say, hey, pop strip. Now you know I wouldn't trip.
But I heard somebody about to turn you in.
They want us to tell you to put your bike back. Now you know I wouldn't trip.
Now I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't heard nothing from me.
But seriously, like, just be like, hey man, dude, I get it. It's a stupid rule, but it comes with $1,000 fine. You know what I'm gonna say? You know what? I don't like the mattress anyway. I'm gonna go. I'll take a chance and throw it away at the gym or something before I go take it.
I mean, we have an HOA. We have a good HOA. Never had any problem with them. But we had, when all this started, we cleaned out our garage. We had a refrigerator sitting out there for like a week. We had to call the city to come get it.
Yeah.
Like we had trash lined up from our driveway to the stop sign, bro. The city came and got it, no issues. Now the text line is weighing in. 716 says, stop, James. You have no ground. There's something called precedent. You want your hood to stay nice, right?
How is plants not making your hood stay nice?
735 says, hey, James, they can and will put a lien on your property.
Sure. When I sell it, they can have it. I won't sell it. A lien, you can't get nothing from a lien until I get something for it. So good luck.
Somebody says you've been served. 728 says HOA sucks. They were mad about us working on our cars and our driveways too much, and even sent someone to snoop around and whine about the tag being expired on the car we were working on, even though they would have had to come onto our driveway and inspect the cars to find that out. Yeah, that's a little much. Then we got another text, kind of off the subject, but let's use it to tease our next segment. 802 says, if the Jags go 10-6, we can stop there, but okay.
That's a big if.
The Jags go 10-6. However, the defense becomes elite again, but Minshew drops it. Could the Jags pick up Kyle Trask if he has a year like last year, or better if he is available? I want to get to that. And then 716 calls you a bad neighbor, by the way.
I'll be that.
Let's get to Kyle Trask and what his NFL prospects look like. We'll do that coming up next.
Murray with time. Hey, this is Aaron Murray, quarterback for the University of Georgia Bulldogs on 1010 XL 92.5 FM Sports Radio.
Yes, he did. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Urgent Ortho Service will now treat patients on a walk-in basis with no appointment needed. Avoid sick patients in ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. The SOS expert team will treat orthopedic and all sports injuries, including on-site bracing, splinting, and casting. Visit their website at sc-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Coach Ellen Darley of Darley's Plumbing with a quick tip about what to do if your favorite sporting events are not on TV. Read a book, play card games with your family, get outside for a nature hike, call your parents. Just because your favorite sporting events are canceled this week doesn't mean your plumbing issues went away. Darley's is here for you. And since we're all washing our hands more frequently, I mean you are, right? Call us at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. We're online at darleysplumbing.com. License number CFC 056702.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. crmjax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010xl.com.
Although we're not out of the woods yet, virus haters, Woody's Barbecue continues to do it low and slow for curbside takeout and delivery. High Flying Jacko here. Make the decision to do Woody's today or tonight. Download the app, order online, or phone in your order. For over 40 years, Woody's Barbecue is the top choice for virus haters everywhere.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
It's been a challenging year, and exceptional people have risen to the occasion. Now's the time to recognize them. Know someone who's making an impact in our community? Nominate them to be this year's TIAA Bank Community Champion. Each winning nominee will receive a $1,000 donation towards their cause and will share their story with the world. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion for details, terms, and conditions. The deadline to nominate is June 26th. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion.
Get local wealth and finance advice from someone who's navigating the markets every day. Financial and tax planning, stock market trends, small business, and more. Navigating turbulent markets with Chris Rochelle. Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and zero hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today. 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your Small Haul Dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialists at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
You can't control the health of your environment around you, but you can control the health of your own home or business with Martin Environmental. We are licensed in mold detection and removal to help your family and business stay healthy. Give us a call at 737-1034 and let our experts come to your home or business and test for mold and indoor air quality. Call Martin Environmental today at 737-1034. That's 737-1034. Martin Environmental.
Peninsular Pest Control's fertilization and weed suppression program is great if you don't have a lot of spare time. And it will probably cost you less than it would if you did it yourself. Call Peninsular Pest Control today at 389-3491 for a free consultation or go online to crittergetter.com. Be sure to ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is a sports den. We won't sit here and talk HOA for another segment, although I could. It's great content.
I mean, lastly, just don't send me 1,800.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that you could we could talk, man. We could talk this out.
I agree. $80.
All right.
$80 in a conversation.
Or just be like, hey, James, if you don't move them damn mattresses, bro, they're going to hit you with 1,000. Cool. I got that. The mattresses will be gone by the end of the week anyway. For anybody who's listening, the mattresses will be gone by the end of the week.
If you want a mattress.
I wouldn't take that mattress.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why that mattress is
It's been sitting outside.
I wouldn't take it.
We had somebody on the text line ask us about Kyle Trask, if the Jags would take Kyle Trask next year, if they're not in the running for Trevor, if they win too many games. It is going to be interesting to see what Kyle Trask's draft prospect is, or his prospects are. I don't know. As much as we saw Kyle Trask last year, I don't know that we've seen enough. Like, I think he has a good arm. I think he has like an elite level arm. He's big. Like, people don't realize how big Kyle Trask is. Dude he's listed at 6'5". He's not 6'5". He's 6'6". Easy 6'6". Easy 240 to 250. And for that weight, he moves okay.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, if you're going to make me bet on it right now, I would bet third round guy.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like, and I would almost say that's kind of the top. But if he goes out and has another year like he did last year, I mean, maybe. There's a run on quarterbacks, and all of a sudden you've got, Lawrence and Fields gone. You've got the kid from North Dakota State gone. There's a couple of guys that I think has a chance to do big things and come out next year, or they could stay in school another year. So I think a lot of it depends on that. But like Sam Ehlinger at Texas, people love that guy. I don't know.
So Bill Bender of the Sporting News has given out his top 10 quarterbacks for the 2021 draft. Ehlinger is ranked 6th, and he has Kyle Trask ranked 9th.
I mean, I think that's probably about right. Like, where's Ian Book on that?
10th.
Yeah, there's guys like De'Aaron King. Like, where does he stack up? JT Daniels, like, where's he even going to go? But he's going to be somebody that if he has a big year, the process is going to love him. Costello at Mississippi State, another process guy. They're going to like him.
According to Bender, after Lawrence and Fields, Jamie Newman is at number 3.
Okay.
And then they have Kellen Mond, and then they have Costello.
In fairness, Jamie Newman is 6'4", 230.
Wow, I didn't realize he was that big.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy that I think, like, everybody's hyping up, that Brock Purdy guy.
Yes. Oh, God. I hope he's good.
I don't see him being, like, everybody's got him as like a top 5 quarterback coming out.
You know why I have to hear about him all the time?
Because his brother?
Yes.
Yeah. But what are you hearing? Like, his brother, that's what his brother could be?
That's what his brother could be. Bloodlines. Oh, he's going to be good because his brother's one of the top quarterbacks coming out next year, and he's going to be working with him and evaluating film. And I'm just like, Iowa State's good, but like, I got to go back and watch a game just to see if Iowa State's quarterback was just dissecting defenses.
Right. He's not big. He's like 6 foot. The Trey Lance kid from North Dakota State. I meant to tell you this earlier.
Is he big?
28 touchdowns last year. You know how many interceptions?
2.
0.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still do that kind of wing C hybrid thing?
They're throwing it quite a bit. But while North Dakota State plays a good schedule for their level, they did not play a single FBS team last year.
Well, I don't think that's their fault anymore.
They open up with Oregon.
I mean, that's going to be a good one.
I agree.
But if you're an FBS school,
you don't want no part of them.
Why in the hell would you play them?
Yeah, you don't want any part of them. He's 6'3", 221. He had 42 total touchdowns if you count his rushing touchdowns last year. This Trey Lance kid. But I don't know where Kyle Trask ends up. I wouldn't think any higher than the third. I think if you think he's going to be a first round pick, I don't know. 728 says Ian Book will be a first rounder next year. Top 3 quarterback overall in the draft. Okay. The only thing I've really seen of Ian Book was the Georgia game last year. He's tough as nails. But I haven't seen enough. Let's just be honest. It's the top 2, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
If you're a quarterback and you have a good year and you've got one more year of eligibility, next year's the good year to come out, because those first 2 are going to go right away.
Right.
And then if you can just be in that 3rd, 4th, or 5th range, like, you're probably going to end up being in the first or early second round when there's a run.
If somehow the North Dakota State somehow beats Oregon or makes it a really good game for 3 quarters, that guy will be one of the top. And he's one of the reasons he'll be one of the guys.
Yeah, I'm looking up. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, it's the opening weekend, September 5th at Oregon. And then that is the only game. That'll be his film game right there. But North Dakota State, for those who don't know, is the Alabama of. And the reason why I don't say Clemson is because they've been doing it a long time like Alabama has.
Right.
They recruit like Alabama. Like, what I mean by that is, like, you get an offer from North Dakota State, you better go ahead and commit, or that offer may not be good in a week. It's I've had a couple kids that's gotten recruited by North Dakota State, and they are. You can't tell them any different. Like, they are a big deal up there. They're treated like a big deal, and in their world, you can't tell them they're not Alabama, which, I mean, I kind of like. So, what do you think of, like, Blackman? Like, he's got 2 years technically left, right?
He's got to play 2 years.
I know, but will he be at Florida State 2 years? Or do you get the sense at Norvell?
No, if he has no choice but play 2 years. So if he's the guy this year and does well, he'll be the guy his senior year.
You don't think he can transfer, or he would transfer?
It wouldn't make any sense. Like, for example, if FSU,
Norvell's like
FSU,
a certain type of cat, bro.
He's a what?
Norvell seems to be recruiting a certain type of cat at quarterback.
Yeah, white.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, you gotta win. My thing, if he wins 9 games, Norvell ain't benching him for some freshman, which is probably 8 to 9 wins regular season. Not like,
I got you.
Like, should be doable for Florida State with this schedule, and then the schedule next year should be doable then as well.
Well, we were talking about that stat that I heard on Chuck Oliver's show, which, by the way, if you don't listen to Chuck Oliver and you're a college football fan, you're missing out.
Really
It's phenomenal.
Comes on right after us.
Right. He had a stat the other day that FIU has had 2 quarterbacks taken in the draft in the last 5 years. RJ, this is trivia time for you. So FIU, 2 quarterbacks in the last 5 years have been drafted. All the other Florida teams combined, how many have been drafted? Take FIU out.
In the last 5 years?
In the last 5 years. Quarterbacks.
Is it below 5?
Just guess a number.
Okay, I'm going to say 4.
1. Jesus. 1. And that was Brad Kaya out of Miami.
Felicia's son.
Yep. Yeah. That's crazy when you think about that. USF, UCF, FAU, Miami, Florida, Florida State. We're talking all of them. Brad Kaya is the only quarterback that didn't go to FIU that has been drafted in the last 5 years out of the state of Florida.
Wow.
That's got to change. I think De'Aaron King is draftable. I think Kyle Trask is draftable. I don't know about Black.
Right now, no. Blackman, if Blackman can have 2 great years, he can get drafted. But that's a big if. We don't know.
I think he needs to put on a little bit more weight too, right?
I mean, I think he said he was at 200, so 215. Like 6'5", was he 6'5"? Wow, he's still really lean, but, he's not the skinniest quarterback to have ever played.
No. But you better be really good if you're that skinny.
Fair.
802's asking Kadarius Toney from Florida, is he a first-round prospect? He could be.
Mm-hmm.
If he can stay healthy.
Really good.
He's the closest thing to Percy Harvin, and I'm not calling him Percy Harvin.
I've heard that a lot of people say that, so I can respect that.
He's the closest thing Florida has seen in a while. If he stays healthy, man, they got a chance to be between him and Grimes and the tight end.
The tight end is very good.
They've got a chance to be really good offensively. 955. Sorry, Jags have enough trash. No, thank you. Passed on all those quarterbacks last 2 or 3 years for that. Shaking my head. Yeah.
Now that would be irony.
Bringing another Gator.
Well, not just another Gator, but if we don't take a quarterback all these years, and the quarterback you take is a guy who didn't start one game in high school. Like, again, doesn't matter how you get
behind
to the point.
Derek King, yeah.
It doesn't matter how you get to the point. It matters getting to the point. But that would be the most Jaguar thing of all time.
It would. That would be a fun prop bet to put up. Who gets drafted first, him or the guy that beat him out in high school, Derek King?
Not enough people care.
I think I would probably bet on Trask.
I would too, but I'm just saying not enough people care. Like, because Derek King, like, that would be a good, you know what, that would be a good prop bet? About week 5, if Florida's undefeated, if Miami's undefeated, and like they're all getting some press, then that would be something that would be a good prop bet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would bet on
it. 982 says, Denny, look at the quarterbacks from the state within the past 8 years. You'll see why Florida quarterbacks have bad rep right now. I know, I get it. I'm not saying that more quarterbacks should have been drafted. Well, you can say this, though. Florida's had 3 that were on their campus that got drafted.
Jacoby Brissett, but he's longer than 5 years, though, right?
That's true. Will Grier.
Yeah, Will Grier.
Like,
is he playing?
He's at Carolina. Yeah, he's the backup. And then who's the other one? Who's the one I'm missing? Oh, Driscoll.
But he's more
than 5 years, too. Yeah, I guess. I mean, 5 years, does that put Treon? Is that Treon?
You were like Champ bet on Treon.
And then Felipe.
No. Yeah, no.
McElwain.
Mac was with Treon because Treon, who you guys consistently disrespect,
took you to
2 SEC East titles.
The worst quarterback in the history of the NCAA football.
Has 2 SEC, the best conference in football, division titles under his belt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then who am I missing?
Nah, that's
Felipe's going to get drafted, and he was at Florida.
He's going to be the starter at Arkansas?
Yeah.
No. Oh God. Not if that guy's calling plays.
Who, Kendall?
Yeah.
Kendall loves Felipe.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying I rewatched the Florida game. Kendall don't
like ladder?
Dude. So go watch. So people were talking bad about Jaguars draft pick C.J. Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying this is why he shouldn't get. He doesn't play man to man well. Well, he wasn't playing man to man in that. It was I want to say it was like a cover 3 concept. I don't really know. But bottom line is, you know what Kendall found?
What?
He found the weak spot. Basically, the safety kept coming up, and it was a post pretty much. So CJ's protecting, making sure he doesn't get anything comes to the sideline, and he just finds that sweet spot. Boom, big play. CJ uses his speed to run down Terry. Penalty happens, run the same play, touchdown early in the game.
So, by the way, same thing we saw people get Jalen with.
Right.
Same type coverage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like, if you don't know what you're looking at, it looks like the corner didn't do his job. Mm-hmm. But I had to explain it. And then when some people were trying to explain it, somebody was like, oh, quick slant. I'm like, well, quick slant, that doesn't make any sense. If it was a quick slant, he did get beat.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was more like
a skinny.
Yeah, it was a skinny post. So I'm watching that, and it looked good. You exploited a weakness. Don't say it anymore.
Never came back to
Never came back to it. Never again.
But go Florida State, same way we just went Florida. Y'all have had a bad run at quarterbacks from the aspect of all your quarterbacks have been kicked out of school.
Right.
Like all the guys that you recruited.
The guy that was really good, that could have probably got drafted had he stuck in the system, besides being a jerk while he was there, thinking he knew more than the coaches, which he might have. But he's also coming off of an injury that really, DeAndre Francois.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That really he wasn't ready for. He probably should have redshirted again and then come back this past season. But he was afraid that you would lose a job to Blackman, who didn't play bad but wasn't ready. DeAndre Johnson probably would have been the starter had things not happened with him in school. Malik Henry, if he could stay away from drugs and not bad grades, probably wouldn't have got kicked out. Just a lot of the run. Like Jimbo, everybody picks on Tag about not bringing in a quarterback. To me, the only thing worse than not bringing in a quarterback is to bring in a plethora of them and they all leave. Because it should have been a cupboard.
And then even UCF. I mean, if Mackenzie Milton doesn't have his legs snapped, he gets drafted.
Mackenzie Milton gets drafted.
So I think there's a lot more to that.
Is he even still trying?
He's still trying.
Ooh.
He's still trying. I saw him in January. It's good for him for trying. Good for him. I'm pulling for him. He's a good kid. Let's take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the Sports Den.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Crowd getting involved.
Stay close to the Jaguars.
Fires into the end zone.
On the home of the Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
1010XL.
It's times like these that remind us all of how precious life is and how our love and relationships are what really matter. At Diamonds Direct, we believe this. Your love and well-being are truly our passion. That's why we've decided to temporarily close our showrooms, a decision rooted in caution and compassion. But rest assured, we are still here for you. Diamonds Direct's experts are behind the scenes helping customers 24/7, giving you access via text, live chat, email, or our special customer hotline that you can call anytime. Remote shopping options and expert guidance are always available, and our commitment to serve you is stronger than ever. Please visit diamondsdirect.com for more information or to start a remote shopping appointment. At Diamonds Direct, we're honored to be the symbol of your commitment to each other. And while we wait during this uncertain time, we encourage you to be safe, cautious, and courageous as we look forward to better days ahead. It's still your love, our passion, and nothing can change that. Not now, not ever.
The Edge Group wants to buy your house right now. If you need to sell your house, get an all-cash offer and close in as little as 10 days. Don't waste another day letting your house sit on the market. Beat the rush, get your home sold, and get it sold for the most money. Put cash in your pocket right now. Whether it's old, new, in need of repairs, the Edge Group will buy your home, and it won't charge you a penny in commission. So don't wait. Right now is the best time to sell and protect your equity and future. Call the Edge Group right now and get an all-cash offer at 474-5851. No one helps more homeowners get more money than the Edge Group. So call them now at 474-5851. There is no obligation, no risk. Call the Edge Group today to see what your home is worth and get an all-cash offer today from the Edge Group at 474-5851. The Edge Group at Keller Williams Realty.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. It is 2020, and we've had any number of murders and shootings. We're well on the way to being the murder capital of Florida per capita population again. How can we stop it? Glad you asked. When the men stop murmuring and complaining, get up off the couch watching sports, drinking and belching, and say enough is enough, I can't take anymore, I'm going to join forces with Mad Dads, and we take our city back from murder and violence. Murder and violence has no color. It has no demographic location. It is all over the city. We've got to galvanize together and take our city back. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Dad's the force behind the change. For more information about Mad Dads, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville chapter Facebook or maddadsjacksonville.com.
This is James Coleman from the Sports Den. Denny Thompson and I are grading the draft picks and telling you how these new players will fit in on the team. Watch our videos presented by Peninsular Pest Control by visiting 1010XL.com or 1010XL's YouTube page at 1010XL Video.
I'm attorney Matt Morgan. During these uncertain and trying times, it's important you know our team is working overtime and we are here and fully enabled to fight for you. With video conferencing and a digital sign-up process, our firm is able to electronically sign your case up from the comfort of your home, no office visit necessary. We will get through this together, and we are here for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Now pound law on yourself. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers, and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills, and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get them M's.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
We didn't even get into the Bulls. What's it called, The Last Dance?
Yes.
I'm digging it, though. People seem to be hating on it. And yes, I mean, there are things I would like to see different. I'd like to see more of the actual season. But I love the fact that I'm sitting there watching that with my 9-year-old.
You watching the good? You let them get the full experience?
Soak it in. F-bombs and all.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And he looks forward to it every Sunday night. Every Sunday, he's got the countdown to it, man. I think we need more of that kind of stuff. Like, I would like to see, I'd like to learn more about, like, I grew up with Jordan, so I know a lot of this stuff, but I'd like to learn more. Like I'm with you. Tell me more about Larry Bird.
Yes.
Learn me more. Learn me more about Magic or Dr. J, or, you know, even if you don't have the all access thing like you had with Jordan, I'd just like to see, don't have to be a 10-part, but give me like a 3-hour thing.
You know who needs a 10-part? Probably a 20-part series. Eldrick.
Oh.
I want to know all of it. Perkins waitresses, beating all the idols, collard greens and fried chicken at the Masters, like all of that stuff. I want to see every aspect. I want it to be gritty. I want people to see, like, you know what I like the most about this? They didn't sugarcoat like the Republicans buy sneakers too.
Oh yeah.
Like I want that. I want people to have to see what it was like.
You're
like,
right. Eldrick would be amazing. But I feel like Eldrick would water it down. I don't think he would ever approve anything like that.
See, that's where I believe we have to put the hands in the filmmakers. There's enough footage that ESPN has and that NBC Sports and all that stuff have. And we don't need all the other stuff from Eldrick.
Yeah.
But I need some more insights. I need to know why Michael Jordan's eyes are the same color as Hennessy. Like, does he take them out and just like soak them?
So, I want one on James HOA person.
I promise you, man. One day.
I want you to Facebook Live that phone call tomorrow.
One day it's gonna be bad. But
we'll be off tomorrow night. Our normal Tuesday night off. We'll be back on Wednesday night at 9:00, and then Thursday and Friday at 8:00. Make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you share the SoundCloud link. Share the Facebook Live. Share it all. Tell your friends about it. We need your help with it. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.